On the news this evening, Rivers SDP raises alarm over threat to life of candidate for Kana Federal Constituency. PDP National Secretary Samuel Anyanwu emerges party governorship candidate in Imo State. Farmers in Rivers State cry out over activities of herders on their farmland. Federal Road Safety Corps says Rivers State records one of the lowest number of road accidents in Nigeria. On the federal or on the foreign scene, Italian ministers call a 6-month state of emergency in response to a rise of number of migrants. I am Kalada Kurubatu. Good evening. Remember, peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. Ahead of the supplementary elections in Rivers State, chairman of SDP in the state, Soswema Osari, has raised alarm over alleged threat to the life of the party candidate for the Kana Federal Constituency. Mr. Osari, while speaking on his party's preparedness for Saturday's supplementary election, told correspondent Subi Ruwari that the candidate, including other notable members, have been placed on notice of trumped-up charges.
My candidate on Friday NKE is being threatened. There are perfected plans to use security agents to whisk him away so he will not be in the election. So it is extended to some of our notable strong members. People who want to win election will not want to win election freely. They're doing everything, including trump-up charges, to whisk on Friday NKE away. Candidates will be allowed to contest their election. Why holding them up and down? Why intimidating people? We are calling on everybody, security agents, to allow our candidates go about this election.
The state SDP chairman charged politicians and INEC to allow a free and fair supplementary election on Saturday.
SDP is fully prepared for this election. What we want is a very transparent, free and fair election where results will be counted at the polling units. The whole world will monitor and watch what is going to happen in that very election. We want the people's way to prevail. We want credibility, we want transparency, we want votes to be counted there at the polling units, not what we saw in the immediate past March 18th election.
On his part, the spokesperson of PDP Campaign Council in the 2023 general election, Ogbonna Nwike, said the party will ensure that the will of the people from the constituencies are not subverted in the forthcoming supplementary election.
I'm saying that the PDP is ready for the election. We are prepared for the election in Baga, the Goni area. And we are approaching those elections as if we have not had one before now. And so our preparations are in top gear. We are just not going to participate in the election. We are going to win. INEC organize free and fair elections. Our expectation is that the voters in those areas will turn out and vote freely. All of us who are participating in the electoral process will act according to the rules of engagement.
The Governorship, National and State House of Assembly Elections Petition Tribunal sitting in Port Harcourt has received 75 petitions from different political parties and candidates that participated in the just concluded general elections in Rivers State. Correspondent Emeka Otuka, who visited the tribunal holding at the Rivers State Judiciary Complex, reports that the names of the political parties were displayed on the tribunal notice board. As you may know, the filing of petitions by political parties and candidates ended yesterday. The National Secretary of the PDP, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, has emerged the PDP governorship candidate for the November 11 Imo State governorship election. This followed the PDP's primary held today in Owerri, Imo State. Off-cycle governorship elections are expected to be held in Bayelsa, Kogi, and Imo States on November 11, 2023. The Rumolumani United Royal Families, Rumo Kenda, in Obiakpo local government area say they are in support of the appointment of Eze Edwin Anemieje Williams Otuiwai as the paramount ruler of Rumolumani community. The families, in a communique signed by the chairman of Rumo Kenda House, Austin Amadi Wiche, secretary of Okocha House, Collins Williams, and Chief Ikedim Ogbonna, and read by the Secretary of Oro Okocha, Collins Williams, said the appointment of Eze Edwin Anameje Williams Otuiwai is in line with the custom and tradition of the Rumolumeni people.
We, the Rumolumeni United Royal Families, Rumokenda, hereby refute the purported announcement made by Chief Ernest Alimene and his allies that the appointment of Eze Edwin Williams Anameje Okocha-Olumeni the 12th as the paramount ruler of Rumolumeni, saying that it is not in line with the tradition and custom of Rumolumeni. We, the Rumolumeni United Royal Families, Rumokenda, hereby refute such announcement as misinforming the general public that the appointment of Eze Edwin Williams Anameje Okocha-Olumeni as made by Rumobiri Kocha, heavily led by Chief Barrister Azunda Wosu Idima, is in line with the custom and tradition of Oro Kocha Rumolumeni.
The communique also called on the public to disregard the statement made by Chief NSC Alimene over the traditional stew of Rumolumeni.
Therefore, the public should disregard the announcement made by Chief Alimene and his allies.
Recall that Chief NSC Alimene had described as illegal the appointment of Eze Edwin Anameje Williams Otuiwai as the paramount ruler of Rumolumeni community. The family of late Evidence Chukwuka Moye, who was shot dead by uniformed men while on voluntary traffic control at the Rumokoro flyover of Port Harcourt, says justice is yet to be served over 1 week after the death of their son. The father of the late Chukwuka, John Moye, who spoke to our correspondent, said they are yet to get any response from the state government or the police.
Since that time, nothing has been done. My son is not a criminal. Everybody knows he's a quiet man, don't look for any trouble. So I want you people to investigate and take the necessary action. Need justice. We are planning, but we never very easy.
Recall that the 43-year-old Evidence Chukwuka Moye was shot dead at the Rumokoro flyover over an argument by men dressed in police uniform. An eyewitness told our correspondent that the policeman, after shooting at him, entered a patrol vehicle and drove away. A farmer, Temple Okire, has cried out over the activities of herdsmen in farmlands at Umechem community in HALGA. Ms. Okire said despite several petitions to the River State Police Command, their farms are continually invaded with cattle. He called on the government and relevant agencies to come to their rescue.
The headers have made it a point of duty to come into the farmers here in Umechem, which are also affected, uproot their cassava and feed on their cows, and which has become so unbearable to us. Yes, I have made a formal report, CP Edongokon and the great Edongoko police CPRO. I have also brought this report on them on countless occasions, which they told me they are on top of the matter. But the destruction has continued. I use this medium to call on the Commissioner of Police once again. The River State government is not left out. The local government chairman is not left out. The Mieti Allah, they are not even left out. It is not bad if they talk to them.
On his part, a lecturer in the Department of Animal and Environmental Biology at the River State University, Dr. Chimela Wala, says his cattle farm in Omerelu community in LJ was invaded by suspected herders who took away 16 cows. Dr. Wala appealed for the release of his cows.
On Good Friday, 5 suspected herders came and went away with 16 of my cows. So I need my cows back. I don't know how I will start a business here and people will come and take them away. I know that the herders around there know something about it because people that came to take away cows must be able to rear cows. I've written to my Royal Highness. I've written to the local government chairman, which I went to my cattle farm with the chief security officer of Ikwere local government for him to see what happened. I'm appealing. Anybody that can appeal to them to bring my cows.
Meanwhile, the River State Police Command also advised farmers whose farmlands and crops were destroyed by herders to channel their complaints to the divisional police officers in their domain. Spokesperson for the command, DSP Grace Ringekoko, said the police cannot take action without a formal complaint from victims. The River State Police Command has decorated 13 newly promoted senior officers. Commissioner of Police in Bevis State, Okun Effiong, while decorating the officers, charged them to see their promotion as recognition of their hard work. CP Okun said the elevation should serve as motivation for them to do more.
Gentlemen, you didn't go to the market to buy these rams. You work for it. You have paid your dues. Promotion does not come from man. Neither does it come from east, south, or west. It comes from God. So, on behalf of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Akali Baba, I congratulate you on this well-deserved promotion. I wish you the best. I hope that this promotion will not make you lose your old friends.
Responding on behalf of the promoted officers, Deputy Commissioner of Police DCP Akika Solomon thanked the IGP for the opportunity and promised that they will live up to expectation in the discharge of their duties.
The CP has rightly said that we're able to achieve this feat through shared dedication, diligence to duty, effectiveness, and taking our job very serious. It's not an easy task to get to this level. What it means is that we have more to do, more to give, more to show, mentorship for our junior ones. Have confidence in us. There's a lot we are bringing out for you. You'll get to see how the police is now, you get to see how the police will be in future, and you also get to be able to stand by our side and every time we call you, and also make recommendations for us when the need arises.
The Federal Road Safety Corps, River State, says the state has one of the lowest numbers of reported road crashes compared to other states. The state commandant of the FRSC, Salusi Galanduchi, tells correspondent Mata Okere that between January and now, 17 road crashes were reported in the state with 7 fatalities and 32 injured persons. 3 of those killed in the accident were adult males, while the remaining 2 were females. Mr. Galanduchi said the agency is working towards achieving 0 road crashes in the state.
It's not a thing to be proud of to say that other states are reporting high number, but it is a thing, on the other hand, to be grateful to God due to the effort that we are putting and the cooperation of the people of Rivers State, motorists especially. We have been talking to them, they have been listening. So that's how we have been able to report this lowest number. On the other part of the country, you can see the thing is, especially in the past 1, 2, or 3 weeks, I can tell you the figures are going very high.
The state FRSC commandant also advised Rivers people to limit night travel.
From our own findings, the most prevalent cause of that road traffic crash usually is overspeeding and loss of control. That's why we preach the issue of limiting travel at night. We cannot say people must not travel at night. Our own role is to give advice that based on the certain factors that traveling at night is more risky than during the day. Because if you travel at night, there is a road traffic crash, there is probability somebody may not even see it is dark to even report to fire road safety. There is probability that you may not get the kind of necessary help that you want to get.
Still ahead, River State NMA kicks against bill mandating doctors to practice for 5 years before getting licensed. Stay tuned as we go for a quick break. Nigerian Medical Association in River State, Dr. A.B. Robinson, has kicked against the bill before the House of Representatives, which mandates doctors to practice for 5 years before getting licensed. Dr. Robinson, who said this on Nigerian Info's Morning Crossfire, described the bill as draconian and a form of modern slavery for practitioners.
as the Nigerian Medical Association, will completely not accept that law, and we'll make sure that that law doesn't see the light of day. The law is very draconian. The law is a modern imprisonment. It's a form of modern slavery for the medical profession, as it were. The wage of our House of Rep members and that of those of outside the country is one of the best in the whole world. They are one of the best paid legislators in the whole world. But for other professions, they felt that we should be enslaved. We should not see the light of the day. We should completely be enslaved. We should let everybody from head to bottom stay in this country and seek healthcare in this country.
As you may know, a bill to mandate any Nigeria-trained medical or dental practitioner to practice in Nigeria for a minimum of 5 years before being granted a full license has passed the second reading in the House of Representatives. Nigeria's leading soft drinks manufacturer, 7up Bottling Company, and Eat and Go Africa Limited, the master franchise for Domino's Pizza, Cold Stone Creamery, and Pinkberry Yogurt, market leader in the quick service restaurants sector in Nigeria, have announced a partnership to provide refreshing food and beverage experience for customers across the country. The partnership, tagged Confirm Collabo, will make SBC's chain of products such as Pepsi, 7up, Mirinda, Team, Mountain Dew, Rockstar Energy Drink, Lipton Iced Tea, Super Commando Energy Drink, H2OH, and Aquafina Premium Drinking Water available to customers across over 175 Eat and Go outlets across Nigeria starting from Thursday, April 6, 2023. Commenting on the partnership, GM Marketing SPC Segun Ogunleye said, "It is exciting to have the collaboration of two renowned customer-centric brands coming together." Mr. Ogunleye said, with the partnership, customers will continue to enjoy the confirmed enjoyment from the combination of Domino's Pizza and Pepsi, as well as other refreshing food, drinks, and treat combos with Cold Stone Creamery and Pinkberry. Speaking at the launch, Group Chief Executive Officer of Eat and Go Africa, Mr. Patrick McMichael, said, "As an organization, Eat and Go is driven by the passion to give customers the best flavor to exploitative ways to improve on menu offerings." He said Eat and Go is proud to associate with SBC in the partnership that aligns with customers-centric approach to the business operation, adding that it underscores the organization's goal to giving its customers more variety of flavors and equally match the delicious food on its menu. Now in business, the price of petrol has risen by 81% in the past 3 years, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. This came as findings showed that the federal government has paid about 5.83 trillion naira subsidy on petroleum products. In entertainment, Prince Harry will attend the King's coronation, but Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, will not be attending. In sports, Nottingham Forest have sacked sporting director Filippo Giraldi after only 6 months.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.
And on the foreign scene, Italian ministers have called a 6-month state of emergency in response to a rise in migrant numbers crossing the Mediterranean from North Africa. The decision frees up €5 million in funds and coincides with the arrival of 3,000 migrants in 3 days. On the news this evening, you heard Rivers SDP has raised alarm over threat to the life of its candidate for Kana-Gokana Federal Constituency. PDP National Secretary Samalaya was emerged as the party's governorship candidate in Imo State. Farmers in Rivers State are crying out over the activities of others on their farmland. The Federal Road Safety Corps says Rivers State recorded one of the lowest number of road accidents in Nigeria. On the foreign scene, Italian ministers have called for a 6-month state of emergency in response to rising number of migrants. The news was edited by Ikachi Wosu. Easy weather expected in Port Harcourt this evening. Remember, peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation, so let peace reign. I am Kalada Kurubatbo. Good evening. Stay tuned.
You are tuned in to